Oh my gosh, computer, come on. Work. Oh my god. My computer is going really slow. If this is working, I can't even check yet. Okay. Jesus. Wow, my computer's going slow. What is going on? Okay, let me make sure we're good here. Let me check the latency. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, it's not bad. It's kind of low. Okay, hey everyone, I'm not going to start right away. I do want to make this a little quicker than most live streams. I do have a soccer game later on. Whatever, I don't care. Anyways, we're going to talk about the ICO sheet. We're going to add credits. We're going to add, looks like Neon Exchange 1, so we're going to add that. Granted, there wasn't many votes. Whatever. So, let's wait a little bit for people. See that lag? I guess we can look at the market while we're waiting. I need to move the chat so I can see it. I don't know how to move this chat. So yeah, I mean, the coins are doing good. I saw Dragon Chain was beasting it. I don't know if it's still doing good. Wow, this computer is going slow right now. Probably should have reset it. Whatever. Yeah, Dragon Chain hit $2. That's not bad. Also, I think Neblio is doing good. Yeah, Neblio is almost at $20. That's exciting to see if you're in. Let's see what people are saying. Hey, new experience with rebranding for Lisk. So, Lisk is rebranded like 3 different times. I think this is the 3rd time. Both times it shot up, but then they didn't have the rebrand. And don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure it went down. Lisk is one of those coins that you want to just hold for a long time if you believe in it. Now, if you're trying to buy and sell it, you can do that. And yeah, I think it's not a bad idea, especially with the market. But at the same time, with the market, who knows? FOMO's ready to jump in. We just need to get some kind of confirmation that it's good. I mean, I'm sure there's billions, hundreds of billions of dollars ready to jump in once they see a positive sign of progress. And right now we're getting it. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. I really want to see what's going to happen with the ICO. So a lot of ICOs are at ICO price or under. Yeah, so Blockport is pretty much at the price we bought for, 15 million. I don't even want to look at this one. Jesus. Axe buyers still getting owned. Man, that is stressful. Jesus. Like I said, Fusion. I don't think Fusion's on here yet. Yeah. So Fusion's out there. Oh, WePower is out there. I don't know if any of you were able to get into WePower. It's at 17 cents. This one I do have a little bit of, and I actually do like. I didn't get into Power Ledger. I guess WePower is my Power Ledger. Also Restart Energy. I'm pretty sure they're not out yet. So yeah, so Blockport. So not just me. Like I said, I have about 5, maybe 7 people that I continually talk with every single day. We are super excited about Blockport. I would not be, what the heck? I would not be surprised if Blockport hit $3 or, dang, that lag. Every time I load, it's lagging. I wouldn't be surprised if it hit $3, $5. My friend, who is super smart, his name is Henry, he thinks Blockport will hit $30, and I think it could if the market really does what we think it can do. $30 Blockport, I think, is around 1.5 billion market cap, which is a lot. But if you think on the grand scheme of things, if the market cap is 1.5 trillion or 2 trillion, 150 or 1.5 billion isn't really that much. So that's something to look at and just just to decide if you want to stick in. Now, I do plan on sticking in Blockport and kind of staying in Blockport. So, yeah. Yeah, I agree 100%. So 1.5 billion. I think Ethos hit $13, which was, I think, like 1.2 billion. It's a good project, but they don't even have anything out yet. And they hit like, what, $1.3 billion? So we will see what happens with this one. So with that being said, let's just start it. I don't have a bunch of time. And why is this not loading? Okay, so first we're going to do credits. Now I already have this on here, so we're just going to make... Why is it lagging so hard? I'm sorry about the lag. This is ridiculous. Okay. I don't know if it's lagging for you guys or it's just me. So credits was supposed to be today. They allowed for strategic partners to be able to invest the 17th, and then whitelisted individuals have the 18th. So that's the day I'm looking for, the 18th. I think the 17th they're actually releasing their actual platform or some type of product for us to see, which is super exciting. They were around a 92%. Since they didn't have a prototype yet, I had to lower the price, or lower the score. So let's do a credits. So yeah, let me hide these. Okay, so credits. I want to go through this and we're going to act like we're adding a brand new ICO so you can see how I do it. You can give me suggestions, ideas. I want your opinion because you guys are my community and we're all going to work together to make this the best sheep we can possibly make. So credits first. So the first thing we got to do is find the hard cap. I think it's 20 million, right? So we know that you know that by looking on the white paper, website, wherever. There's usually some place they show. This one's pretty standard. I'm not really going to go too in depth with that. So we have 20 million. I think that's 20 million. Oh, and I missed a zero. Wish it was 2 million. Okay, now ICO price. This one I believe is also in the white paper or somewhere. Usually they have an ICO tab. I don't want to spend too much time looking for this, so I already know what it is. 16 cents. And that didn't change. Okay, and then circulating supply. This is also easy to get. You go to the white paper website. I don't want to spend too much time on these. I'm actually just going to look this one up. So we got 600 million and then 1 billion coins. Then gotta add this to here. And that did not do what I wanted it to do. Okay, yeah. So that's the percent. We're looking at how much of a percent that they're actually selling for us to buy. It should be something over 50%. If it's too low, that's not good. Like we have 30% for Doc. That's not awful, but it's something to look at for the long term. So if you're trying to do short-term trade, it's not a big deal. Next we have, do they have a prototype? So since they don't have one yet, we would usually put no, but since they're supposed to have one on the 17th, let's just put yes for now, whether it's alpha or beta. Then we have the project type. Also for the prototype, you can usually go on the website. They might have a link to that. You can go to the Telegram. That's a lot of where I get a lot of my information. I go on the Telegram, I ask the admins. The team is usually super excited to talk about any information, brag about their project, any prototype. Usually it's pretty easy to get the information you need. So for project type, we have a bunch that we could pick from. I think we ranked it as a blockchain. Yeah. Now impact, this one's pretty big. So how do we decide the impact? So this one is probably one of the more opinion-based parts of the ICO sheet. So Joshua and I, Stefanos, we look, and anybody else that if you become an MVP, you can join, and help me with this. We look and we kind of decide what the competition is doing, what kind of impact can they do by the information. Now, Credits has kind of a, I believe they have something that shows like everything their project can do. It's somewhere in here. Yeah, like right here. The platform can execute more than 1 million transactions per second. You know they're fast, according to what they say. If they're able to do that, then that's good. What is... Can you guys hear me all right? It's saying that I'm getting low video output. Yeah, it seems like it's okay. Okay, well, let's keep going. So based off of this, I would say the impact is huge or high, just because the potential is really good to compete with Ethereum, Bitcoin, all those really big platforms. So as an ICO, getting into ICO price, this is something that is super rare. So we would put high, maybe even huge for this one. So let's put huge. And of course, these can all change when you look. Give me your opinion, what you think. Now, competition ladder. This one, we're kind of looking and deciding. Let me see. So with this, we're kind of comparing them to the competition. So this one has some hard competition like Ethereum, Bitcoin, the top dogs. This one isn't going like with the dApps. So this one is only getting a 2. The max I would give these guys is a 3. That is like high, top of the competition if Wanchain was coming out. So Wanchain would get a 3. These guys, 2. Just because it's average. That's what I'm expecting. I don't expect them to be below average. Next, we have quality partners. So with Credits, they have a spot to do their partners. And usually you can go up here and change it to... Oops, I spelled that wrong. You can usually come up here, change it to partners, and it will give you what you need. Okay. I was able to do it some other time. Why is that not working? Oh, users, here it is. So, see, it's there. I must have spelled it wrong. So, they don't have any partners in here that are big that we would know. So, there's partners like Amazon, Google, just anybody that is a company that you've heard of that has something reputable behind them. Now, I haven't looked behind these. This is just a quick glance at them. So since they don't have anybody big and it's more unknown, they would normally get a 1 off of that. But since they have a lot, as you could see, I'm giving them a 2 because the amount of partners, that's always a big thing. Next, we have their roadmap. So since they have their prototype coming out right before the ICO, I would probably give them a 3. 4 is the max. That means something big is happening right after the ICO, something that could drive the price and basically rocket it right away. I think Bounty Zero X is a good example. So they had their ICO, then they had their alpha, I think within a month. And we saw what happened with Bounty Zero X. So with them, I think I would give them about a 3. I'm assuming I did that up here. So I gave them... Okay, yeah, I gave them a 3. Their quality partners, I gave them a 1. I still think a 2 would be 2 or 1. We can kind of decide off that. So now the team, this is probably the most important part, in my opinion, for my ICO sheet, just because this one takes a lot of research, actually. So I already did the research to make it fast, or else it would have took maybe 20 minutes. So if you look at their team, they have about 3... Oh, actually, no, they have about 1 good person. Now, this team is Russian, so... Already off the bat, when they're Russian or China, it is really hard to find information on them. So if you go look, here's their CEO, and this guy doesn't really have any big experience. And God dang, this computer's slow right now. It's killing me. Okay, so if you look, he's got a bunch of different companies. None of them, if you click, are big. So when I look at a company, if I don't know who they are, let's say this company right here, Kribdov, I don't know how to say that. Let's say I don't know who they are, but I don't know every company. I actually probably know way too few to even be considered an expert in that. So I look at them and I check how many followers they are or that they have, and then I read what they're doing. So I look at this, see what they're doing, and I see they only have 17 followers. That's not very big in my opinion at all, actually. So when I see something that has over 10,000 or 25,000 followers, or Accenture that has over 1 million followers, you know that's an established company. You can see what they do, see if that experience works well. Then you check what position that they had at the company. If it's something like help desk, just throw that experience away. It doesn't matter. But if it's something like senior software engineer, software analyst, vice president, something like that, that's big. I like that, and that would maybe make him a star, superstar, etc., depending on where it is and what position he had. So the only one I could really find any significant experience was this guy. So Alexander, like I said, they're all Russian, so it's hard to find anything. So this place called State Street, he was a software engineer, but as you can see, they have 177,000 followers. You can kind of get an idea what they were doing, and see. This at least isn't some fake company, something that they could have just made up and threw in there. But, so I'm giving them, normally with this, it'd be like a 1. I think I might have gave them a 2. So I gave them a 3. So, oh no, I didn't. Okay, I did give them a 3. So this one, maybe a 2, or you can see that it's huge. I mean, how many times have we gone to a team and we see 2 people or 3 people? That's kind of sketchy. This one, look at this. We just have pages and it goes all the way down to here. What are we looking at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows. 36 people that they have on the team. That's huge. That's one of the biggest teams I have ever seen on an ICO. I am so used to 5 to 10 people. Now, let me say this, a lot of projects just put the leadership team in there, which I think is a mistake because we want to see what we're investing. A lot of people don't really care about the team. I personally do. I like to see this. This is awesome. So I'd give them a 2, maybe a 3. So, okay, I also want to say this. This is why I gave them a 3. I remember now. They're Russian. Their LinkedIns are hard to read because they don't have much projects or past projects that are relatable on LinkedIn. So I'm going to trust what they have on here. I know it's not the best thing to do, but if you read this, you read their actual bios, they have some significant and really good experience. Again, it's not no Amazon or Google, but since they have 36 people with some pretty good experience based off their bio, I'm giving them a 3. So now advisors. This one, they actually have some pretty good advisors. So this is really big, especially if they have a bad or small team. You want some good advisors to help them make decisions. So they have a bunch. So they have this guy, Nitin. So he's pretty much been at IBM since 1999. See, this is what I like to see. Look at this. IBM, if you show more, since 1999, all IBM, and he's right now director of IBM Blockchain Labs. That is a significant advisor right there. Huge superstar in my opinion, almost with a master star of 2 more years. Then Kyle Wang, he's also a superstar. He's a senior consultant at IBM. This guy might get a star, but with that IBM experience, in my opinion, that's big. He has some other advisory roles. I'm not too huge on the advisory roles unless it's a big company. Let's say we saw Civic there, Misago, something that shows that they've been successful advising other big companies. And then let me just kind of go further. And then this lady, Anastasia, she has significant experience also. So we got Qualcomm. She's a senior vice president there. She was, it looks like this is T-Mobile or something, senior vice president there. And executive vice president of strategy for T-Mobile. I mean, this vice president is a huge position in a big company like T-Mobile. They obviously have some good advisors. So I would give them a 4, which is pretty much top notch, I believe. Let me check. I have a grading sheet. I don't really want to show that though. Okay, so 5 would be the top, but that's if you have people like Vitalik. This one's close to a 5 just because of the CEO and the, not CEOs, the VPs and the experience at IBM. I'm still going to give them a 4 just to be a little conservative here. Then we look at the KYC, the whitelist, and US restricted. So US is restricted now, so let me change that. Pretty sure I changed that before. I don't know when it's changed. And then they do have a KYC and they do have a whitelist. Then we're going to go on their Telegram. this is, I think, a big thing to look at because it's community hype. So we have Telegram. This is probably updated. They probably have more people now. I can't get on Telegram on this computer, so I'm just going to go off here. We got 20,000 and then 8,500 Twitter followers. So the Telegram group, I'm kind of looking for 20 to 50,000 people, and that's good. I kind of expect 10,000 to 20,000, and that's pretty much average. Now for Twitter, if they're China, I don't really expect too much. But since these people aren't China, I kind of expect at least 10,000 followers. That's not really asking too much. So this one is a little bit lower than I would like. And I also like to look at tweets just to see how active they are. How much are they updating us? Now, I'm not saying these are huge stats to watch that is going to significantly improve or change the score, but in my opinion, that's big. Then we add the crowd dates, which crowd sale date is February 17th. Oh, sorry, it's February 18th for us. Sorry. Change that. And then we let you know if the pre-sale is complete. So once we do that, I come over here. And that's that. So if they have their alpha and beta, they get a 92%. And if you compare it to completed ICOs, that's looking about QuantStamp area. So based off of this, that's what I got for credits. I kind of showed you how I did it. I know it's a super fast forward, but yeah, this is how I do it. Let me know what you think. Do you think I need to add more information, kind of rate them differently? That is my big question for you. So let me check this out. So I agree the team isn't the best, but they do have a big team. So team is huge, but you can't really discredit if they're bad. Okay, Chainlink's a good example. Look at Chainlink back when I did the video. They had 2 people and none of them had a good experience. They're still a solid project that has good partnerships, but exactly what Stefano said. Russian teams are just like China teams. They're not easy to judge because a lot of them use different things. Those parts of the country aren't big fans of like LinkedIn and all that fun stuff. With that being said, I think credits will sell out super fast. And I was looking at T-Foods. I missed the whitelist. This one, I think I have that rated up here. Yeah, that's a 90%. So I actually do like this one. It's pretty much like a Wabi, VeChain, all those fun stuff, and they've been doing it for like 2 years. So this is how I'm rating credits. So Neo Exchange is kind of similar. I don't think I'm going to fill it in. We can kind of go through this one fast. Like I said, I want to walk you guys through this and you guys tell me what you think, what I can add. That is the big thing. I want to know what I can add, what I should take away, because the more heads that come into this, the more information I'm getting, the better. And I've already added about 4 from my community, and I thank you guys so much for helping me with that. So I have another thing open for Neon Exchange. So I know a lot of people are excited about this one. So Neon Exchange, okay, that's not what I wanted to do. So Neon Exchange I think is going to be big, and I do want to jump in this one, but I think this one is going to be a gas war, 100%. They're acting like they're not going to have any whitelist, no KYC, so it's pretty much going to be first come, first serve. And if that's the case, I expect this to sell out super fast. So of course, we always want to look at the white paper. Same with credits. This will give you pretty much all the information you can get. Now, I want you to note that I have seen many times that white papers have like an ICO price, a hard cap, or something that is old and they haven't updated yet. Also, ICO bench, ICO drops, I think that's what they're called. They also have many times outdated information. So the best way to find the information you want is Telegram. Ask the team and figure out exactly the information that you need. Okay, so Jay, in terms of exchanges, so the thing I like about exchanges, especially decentralized exchanges, is they have a use case right now for us, for the crypto community. A lot of these projects have about a year or 2 years to be successful, and they have to go out and find clients and do this. And there's a whole different niche they're finding. These exchanges are tailored for us, people that are already, and it's growing. We already know this space is getting huge, and in a year's time could be 10 times bigger or 100 times bigger than it is now. So these exchanges could be huge. That's why people are so big on Binance, KuCoin, and that's another one I want to look at. KuCoin, BuyBox, that's another one I want to look at too. I think BuyBox will be like KuCoin 2.0. And I think KuCoin hit like almost $1 billion market cap, or at least close to that. I think BuyBox is like 80 million right now. So exchanges have a use case for us, and I love seeing that. So the first thing we're going to look at, let me try to get this ICO sheet over here. So we look and we're going over Neo Exchange. We have the hard cap. So again, I've already told you how to find that. We have 25 million. That is the okay point for me. After we get past 30, then it needs to be a great project to excite me over 30 million. 25 million is still okay. But right here, they only have 50 million tokens. That's it. 25 million for sale. So $1 each. That is tiny. Like itty bitty, almost. It's 2 times bigger than Neblio, but Neblio is like ridiculously small. Next, I do want to say that they have an alpha or beta. Granted, I haven't really asked the team this yet, but if you go look at their map, and if anybody knows this, please correct me if I'm wrong. Their token sale and open source platform launch. So if they don't have it yet, it seems that they're going to have it right away, which is really good. So if that, we like to see those projects that will have something happening that will make the price drive. So if you're trying to get out short term, you really can. Exactly like Bounty 0x, like I said earlier. Looks like Q3 is when their big thing comes out. Q2. See, it looks like they have a lot of stuff going. Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Everything is just big things with this. They have not released token info yet for Neon Exchange. Or which one are you talking about, Haroon? Okay, so I thought they did. Okay, now you're making me second guess myself here. No, I thought they... Okay, well, we'll go check that later. So let's look at the team. So we went through, we know it's an exchange. The impact here, I would say high, because like I said, the community around us right now is ready to jump on this. There's not many decentralized exchanges, and this leads up to the competition ladder. What do we have? IDEX, which is getting bigger, but it's still tiny. We have Ether Delta, then we have a bunch of centralized exchanges. This one could have a pretty high impact on the community in a whole. Then we look at quality partners. So if you look at their partners, let me see. Okay, so first we know, pretty sure Neo. I mean, if you look at their advisors, we have 2 of the bigger guys from Neo here. We know this is all about the China side. Neo, yeah, combines with the Neo blockchain. So I'm putting that as Neo. So I'm giving them a 2 based off of that alone. They don't really have any information of partners outside that, or at least I couldn't find it. Granted, let me tell you this. I have not gone to Neon Exchange and talked to them in Telegram yet, because this is based off the Twitter vote. So it was really just, I had a few hours to figure out this information. And again, this is what I'm saying. So a lot of these are quick. We get the information quick, get it in here, and then we tailor it once we get more detailed information from the team or from the community. That's why I need all of you just to help. So next we have the roadmap. So as you saw, we were looking at the roadmap, which is right here, easy to find. They have a bunch of stuff coming. The token sale, then the open source platform. And I like to see stuff that are within 3 months. If it's within 3 months, the token has a great chance to multiply your investment. In my opinion, that's just my opinion. That's how I see it. Then we have the payment service launch, then the trading MVP release. I mean, that's all in a matter of like 3 quarters. So we're saying about 9 months. 9 months is pretty long in the crypto space, but still that means you can hold it. And in a year's time, who knows what the price of this ICO could be if they're successful. It could be something like Blockport, like we were talking, maybe 1.5 billion, which then your investment has multiplied significantly. So after that, we have the team. So this is one of those I was telling you, the China, hard to find. But I do want to look at a few people. So we got Fabio. I think this is their CEO, yeah. So this guy, this place right here, Schlumberger Burger. I don't know how to say that. So he was a research engineer. So if you look at this, I've never heard of this company before ever, but they have over 1 million people. It's an oil and energy company. So leading provider of technology. These people working in 85 countries. This is a big company, and he seems to have a significant role here. So this is something I do like to see. And he worked here for almost 7 years. I don't really care about research assistants. I don't care if he was an intern. I don't care if he's intern at Google. It doesn't really affect me. So next we have, which one's this guy? Okay, so here's a good example. This guy has intern. He's got a doctoral candidate, but outside of that, there's nothing significant that really gets me excited. This guy, I would just be like, he's there, cool. And he might do good work for them, but I can't judge that. So after that, okay, so this guy, he has Microsoft visiting researcher. I wouldn't count that. Let me go to this guy. I meant to open this one. So David, he's a software engineer at Leave Group. So you click here, 14,000. So this one's kind of on the edge. This one I would look and kind of see what they're doing. This is an internet company that builds platforms across its media. So I would find this pretty significant experience. Now, I don't think he'd be a superstar or anything like that, but he could possibly be a star. Depends on how long he worked there. 1 year is kind of low, so I'd really be pushing it if... Okay, I would give him the star because he has Lockheed Martin. So I know Lockheed Martin is a big company. It's not easy to get into. So this would have gave him the star. Even though it's only a year and a half, it's still a significant experience. And then next we have... I'm not even going to try to say this guy's name. So he has some significant experience. Wix.com. That's big. And that's really the only one I know. This is what I mean. Like, there's so many companies out there that you don't know about. So how do we find out? He's got AOL. I don't know any of these other ones. But it shows that he has some significant experience. The AOL one's pretty big. So I do like that one a lot. That's 3 years. He'd probably be about a star, maybe a superstar, depending on what these other ones would be. So their team isn't too bad. Now we're looking at their advisors. Both of their advisors are big names on, or were big names in Neo and on-chain. So granted, see, this is a perfect example. So Neo doesn't have anything there to show that they're a legit company, but we know Neo's huge, and he's been there for 4 years. This is a superstar. Also, Eric has pretty much the same thing, I believe. And he's the CTO of on-chain, and he's also worked on Neo, so I don't know why he doesn't have that there. This is what I mean. The Chinese, they don't really care about LinkedIn very much. But with that, I mean, their team's actually pretty good, so I would actually probably give them a 2 or a 3. This we can decide once we get more information on them. Advisors, I would give them a 3. So right now we have this as no. We can always update this information. Telegram. So I don't know if I found their Telegram. Do you guys know if they have a Telegram? Because I don't know if I filled this part out. The 3,000. That's low if they do. I'm not a big fan of 3,000 Telegram users. Okay, there is. Do you know how many people they have in their Telegram? Oh, that's it. Okay, so I did see that one. I didn't think that was it because it seems so small. So 1,000 is really low. But yeah, that's why I was kind of confused. Maybe it was a fake one. Next we have Twitter followers. If you go to their Twitter, I think they have almost 40,000 people. See, that's something I like to see. It has 27. So they have 27,000 on. Okay, well, that's good. Well, we'll put that for now. We can always double check that. Okay. See, I saw Zion. I don't know much about that. That's another one. A lot of you might know companies that are actually really big that I don't know about. So that's why I like to hear what you guys say. Twitter's pretty big, 40,000 people. They only have 63 tweets, which means they're not very active. Still, not all companies are super active. Now, to compare, I think Ethereum has like 400,000 Twitter followers. Something interesting was Current. This is completely random. But I think Current has... yeah, 660, maybe more now, Twitter followers. 661,000. That's ridiculous. I don't know why they have so many, I guess, because of Mark Cuban. But, yeah. I don't know how that one's going to do. Okay, let me rephrase that. That one's ICO you can't be in. If you're in the pre-sale, it's the only way. I don't know how that will do in the exchanges. The tweets, Current has 400. Wait, why am I looking at current? Neon Exchange, 63. So the crowd sale date I have February 25th. I don't know if this is right. You guys are making this sound like this wasn't right. So this is something we should go back and find out. I'm not going to do it on this video. Figure out if it's on the 25th. I swear I saw that somewhere. Are you guys lying to me about the 25th? Credits. So credits. Okay, yeah. So this 8,500 a while ago. So 10,000 good to see. That's going up. So after we did the Neon Exchange, I did change a few things. They're at a 92% also. So we're looking at 2 really good projects. Why is credits not green? I swear. Oh, that's the old credits. No, go back. Okay, we'll delete that. So we got 2 projects doing good. Both got 92.19. I want to invest in both. Doesn't mean you have to. I'm just letting you know what I want to do. Doesn't mean I can do it because it all depends on how my portfolio does. Right now I have a lot in Dragon Chain and I don't plan to take that out because I want my slumber score to go up. With that being said, I did want to talk about this. So Oh Hey Maddie and Ian Bellina were talking about ICOs might be really hard to get in. You need to get in the pre-sale. Crowd sales might be a thing of the past coming up. With that being said, I think that makes Dragon Chain even more valuable because they have that pre-sale is given to the token holders. Don't forget that when you're deciding to buy it or not. Check it out. Just saying. So that's pretty much it. So that's how it is, guys. I would love to hear what you think. What do I need to add? What do I not need to add? What do I need to take away? How do you think? What do you think should be scored? Yes, Dragon Chain ICOs. So they're based off of, you get your pre-sale discount based off your slumber score. So Dragon Chain, I think they just had an announcement too. Add Dragon Chain to your Twitter. Add me to your Twitter too if you don't have me. So yeah, Dragon Chain's doing things. 2 hours ago, they just announced another partnership. Looks like they have a new incubator project coming. I'm telling you, these guys are doing stuff. I'm telling you. So yeah, if you have Dragon Chain tokens, you go fill out their KYC. Once you get accepted for that, you can get approved and then do their pre-sale. You get bonuses on the pre-sale based off of your score. Granted, the scores seem pretty high, but the longer you have your slumber score, the longer you have your coins in your wallet, not on the exchange, your score just keeps going up. So in a year's time, you could really get some good discounts on some ICOs. So we'll see how that works. I think, imagine, okay, so look at it this way. If Ethereum has some kind of slumber score where if you held Ethereum, you got discounts on all these ICOs coming out, imagine the price of Ethereum. Right now it's $1,000. Who knows what it would be, to be honest. So with that being said, let me take some quick questions. What do you guys want to know? Let me have it. Yeah, I know Stefanos is, so Stefanos right here, he's one of the guys I talked to in that Facebook chat that I was telling you about. He is huge on Blockport. I think he has a bunch of Axe Buyer. He's pretty much dollar cost averaging. I already have too much. I don't want to add more. Yeah. What do you mean? So Sealy is one I was actually going to do with credits. I decided not to because they weren't really adding much information. And I'm not a fan of that. Also, of course, we talked about Supo yesterday. He really shilled the crap out of Sealy. And his whole entire community is probably going to be watching that one. And I kind of want to stay away from that. I want to look at Exchange. Not to mention they're saying 4.0. We haven't even been able to perfect 2.0 yet. I mean, it's getting kind of ahead of ourselves, in my opinion. And yeah, I agree, Haroon. There are many platforms. So we got to decide and invest and find which ones will be the best. Obviously, Ethereum will be around. I think Icon will be big. WAN Chain is actually a platform for ICOs also, which is why I'm so big on that. And then Dragon Chain. There's also Neblio, Stratus, Lisk. So many. If you look at it about 6 months ago, it's changed dramatically. So who knows by the end of the year how many more platforms will be. So it'll be interesting. So why are there so many platforms? They're just trying to do stuff better. One platform says they can do it better than the other. And it's just a competition. It's pretty much why there's so many different stores out there. They're just all competing. I guess that wasn't the best example. Maybe all the different fast foods out there. They all do kind of different things, but they all serve the same purpose to feed you. Perfect example of platforms. They're all doing different things, but they all serve the same purpose of get the ICOs out there, support their projects, etc. Do we have any more questions? Again, I want to thank everyone for coming. I really appreciate you guys. EOS is going to be pretty big. I know. I remember when EOS was under $1, we were all skeptical on that because they had like this ginormous long ICO, which was ridiculous. What Dragon Chain news right here. So we got, they have a new partner, and then they have a new project coming to the incubator. So Dragon Chain just seems to be having announcements all the time. You compare this to all the other platforms, it's really looking like Neo, Ethereum, and Dragon Chain, which is completely under the radar, bringing more and more ICOs. Outside of that, when do you hear about other ones? Waves kind of was doing it for a while. Haven't heard anything about Lisk. Stratus has been slacking. They've been slacking for who knows how long. Who else is doing anything? It's really those three. Now, I do expect Icon. I think we heard something about Icon bringing out some ICOs. So we'll see. Yeah, Dragon Chain's only 650 million, and I was telling you guys about it when it was, I think, like 80 million. So I know a lot of you got in there, and I am glad you did. And I expect this one to do great. I mean, I hope it hits like 15 billion, 20, 30 billion. Who knows? That's what's exciting. If the market goes to 2 trillion, Ethereum goes to, God, who knows, 500 billion or more. What's going to happen with Neo? Maybe Dragon Chain. I mean, what if we see 100 billion? Then you're going to be super stoked if you got in right now. So outside of that, we need to WAN chain, hurry up. I haven't got my tokens yet. I sent it in. Come on. I'm waiting for you guys. I've been saving up for the past 2 months. Gone up these ups and downs waiting for WAN chain to come out. Come on already. Jesus. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Does anybody have any other questions? I want to do more ICO videos like this. Maybe we'll go more in depth, just do one project. Let's say it was credits. We'd go through and be more in depth and decide which one to go. And do a live stream. I do like doing this. I did get in the ICO for WAN chain like forever ago. It feels like it was a year ago. I have not got my WAN though. Okay, so I messed up the first time. I sent everything in, but I didn't send it to the specified address, so I had to do it again. I sent it to the specified address, so now I'm just waiting. It was a mess up on my part. Anyways, thank you so much. Don't forget to, of course I forgot to say this, don't forget to like this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, smash that subscribe button. Trade Dove and Sharpay. I need to check those out. I have not looked at them in a while. There's a few other ICOs that I have seen I do want to mention later. I'm not going to do it today. In my Discord, I think I might have already mentioned them. So if you're there, check it out. Again, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. Or smash up the likes. I'm just kidding. Anyways, thank you all. And I will see you tomorrow or today. If you're in my Discord, I'm always there. Always love talking to you guys. Thank you so much. Come to my Facebook. Add me on Twitter. I'll see you next time.